what is cybersecurity? What are the root causes of security in information technology business? How to mitigate cyber breaches? We can never be able to stop the breaches. It is something like we have a big borderline saying that infiltration will stop. It is a very difficult proposition. However, by vigilance, being continuous, being on vigil continuously, we can mitigate and we can stop the infiltration, right? So with this background, we'll talk about what are the career opportunities and what skills one should have. All right. When we say cyberspace, it was first appeared in 1980 in a novel, right, by William Gibson, and it talked about just a minute. I'm close to airport, so a lot of aircraft sounds keep coming. All right. So cyberspace mainly refers to the computer, which is a virtual network and in a medium electronically designed to help online communications to occur. Today, whatever we are talking, it's happening in a cyberspace. I am sitting in Delhi. You are from the various geographical part of the country. Maybe somebody overseas has joined us. So this is all connected device through a network. We can term it as a cyberspace, right? When we talk of security, means the dictionary meaning, and if we talk in terms of cybersecurity per se, it's basically providing the protection to a person, to a building or an organization or a country against threats such as crime or attacks by criminals, accidents, foreign countries or foreign militaries, and so to say, right? The security deals primarily with the providing the protection of assets. In cyberspace, we talk about security of data, security of IT infrastructure, and so on. So what an attacker primarily is seeking, when we say the attack is happening on IT infrastructure, he or she, the attacker is trying to compromise on your confidentiality. The data which is taken out of All India Institute of Medical Sciences, or the patient data, whatever. So now it's no more confidential once it goes on the darknet or once it is taken away by an attacker. When we talk of integrity of data, means I am speaking to you, somebody taps the data in between and modifies it. So when it reaches you, it carries a different meaning altogether. So the integrity of data is compromised, right? Third one comes the availability of data or availability of infrastructure. Small example, suppose I'm working from my laptop or desktop. In case the internet connectivity fails, right? So I'll not be able to communicate. I'll not be able to deliver this talk. So the availability of infrastructure is compromised. So when we say CIA triad, it comprises of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Small interjection. Are you all comfortable in English, or can I switch between Hindi and English, both the languages? Are you comfortable? Say yes if it is okay.
Comfortable. Comfortable.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. So when we say usage of cyberspace, it has got both boon and bane, right? Benefits, a friend in need provides information, guidance, access. I remember my college days when to get a small book, right? You need to go to library. Library opens from 9 to 5 or 9 to 9 only. You cannot bring few restricted books to the limited number of books to the home. So with this technology, the great advantages are available. Soft copy, you can put it in your electronic device, you can read it on your own time, right? And now it is a fast and efficient helper. Knowledge is available galore. You want to search anything, right? You just type few keywords in Google or any other search engine, it gives you the immediate answer to your problem, right? Bring people closer. I remember for years together after passing out from college, we were not keeping all the batchmates, we were unable to keep in touch. And slowly came the internet, then the Facebook, then Instagram. Now we have various WhatsApp group. So it is, it has connected the whole world, right? And side by side, you can continue paying your electricity bills or your net banking or through various other things. You can, the facility is provided and you can, sitting at home, you can do the business. Now, what are the hazards? At the same time, nothing comes free. All right. The mobile phone in everybody's hand is a perennial distractor. I've seen while giving physical talks to the people are continuously looking at their mobile phones or trying to check their WhatsApp messages. It's a permanent distractor. So the span of attention of the people has reduced to not more than 2 or not more than 5 minutes. People cannot concentrate on a talk for a very long time. I won't be surprised that if it was a physical talk and people go off to sleep, a little bit things which is of not their use, people can tend to lose the interest in talk, which was not there earlier when we didn't have perennial distractors like cell phones. And that's why in lot many classes, lot many institutions, you're not allowed to carry your electronic devices. Privacy intrusion. I wish I could, in some other talk, I'll be able to give a demonstration how much Google, everybody has Apple phone or an Android phone. Just try to have a look at your Google dashboard. What all things Google knows about you. Google knows about your phone number. Google knows what instrument you are using to use your phone. Google knows where all you are traveling in case you are keeping your location on. So it's basically an intrusion on your privacy. So some people run their agenda of perception management, right? Advertising agencies, they can sell anything to you by managing your perception. Basically, so much of data is incoming to you through electronic media, you can be misguided. And people tend to believe on the information available through Google or on WhatsApp University, which is a industry in itself, right? Then peer pressure. There are people who still prefer Nokia 1100 phones, only SMS and phone. All those people who are preparing for IAS, or I've seen a lot of people who are preparing for IIMs or other exams, they keep only a simple basic feature mobile phone. They don't keep the smartphone. Right? Next is social life is in fact distracted. And by misconfiguring the smartphone or not keeping the security features, there are a lot, every day there are, social crimes happening. People are emptying their bank accounts. So the boon becomes bane when it is not used in a proper fashion. So understanding security, understanding features, good things, with what are the negatives is mandatory requirement for IT. These are the few cyber attacks which have made headlines and prompted government responses, right? Top categories of cyber crimes are in related to fraud, forgery, identity offenses, falsified medical products, counterfeit, blackmailing, extortion, ransom, right? And if you go on darknet, then there are a lot many other things like smuggling, fake currencies, drug trafficking. I recently heard that through darknet, in even the drug supply like Zomato, it is available. You need to pay the people through cryptocurrency, and that's it. There is a home delivery for everything. So these are the misuse of technology, and there are law enforcement agencies which are continuously working on it, right? There's a few cases you want to learn about cyber crimes. You can go to 420's, the 420.in. This is a site by renowned IPS officer called Triveni Singh, Dr. Triveni Singh, and they post recent crimes happening, cyber crimes, and how people are being duped for their hard-earned money. All these things, informations are, various methods are available, right? There is acute shortage of technically skilled people on, in cybersecurity, as the world has moved from on-premises infrastructure to the internet-based infrastructure called cloud. So before moving further, we talk about what gave the rise of problems of security in IT. There's a great disconnect between developer and the security professionals, right? The developers are told, I've been a developer for initial career. So we were taught that while making a program, kindly do not use go-to statement, and certain things are prohibited, right? Do not use this. But in industry, the developer is so much hard-pressed that he's always running against the time. He has to deliver the product on time, so they do this, they bypass these best practices of development, and hackers have their own methods of reverse engineering the code and finding it out, and that's where they find the loopholes in the code and they try to crack it, right? So this is mismanagement of software development life cycle, and all these things happen because developer has they don't follow the best practices, and they have no idea of if the code is compromised, right? It is somebody else's problem. So wherever I go, I just try to sensitize people. At the development stage itself, people should be security aware, and the code should be secure, right? Still, hacker will find out ways and means to take out loopholes and crack your code. So these are the components in our IT infrastructure: hardware, operating system, application software, network, right? And compromise can take place at every level. When we say hardware, people can push in their hardware keyloggers, operating system. A lot of people talk about open source. The source code is available. People can push in their compromised routines, and credentials or compromise can take place. Applications, a lot of people tend to use crack software. Nothing is free. Please remember one thing in IT, that there is nothing called free, and you try to download a cracked software, there will be malware. And again, people say, there is nothing in my computer, right? What if it happens, somebody steals my credentials and somebody hacks my system, he will find nothing. It's a biggest mistake. Your computer can be used to commit a crime. Okay? You can be a part and parcel of a crime, and you will not even come to know. I know a lot of cases wherein the Bombay police landed up in somebody's home. Hate mails to Bollywood star were being sent from this fellow's computer, which was hacked. Only thing he did was he purchased pirated operating system from Nehru Place and used it, which had a built-in Trojan horse, and his computer was being remotely controlled. So using his email, this attacker was sending hate mails to this film star, right? Bombay police landed up, and after the forensics, it was found, yes, his system is compromised. So since he was, the child was juvenile, and that's a different story. What I'm trying to convey is that in case you want to use a free operating system, go for Linux. Don't go for a cracked, or don't be lured by a free operating system. Same goes with the network. The switches can be compromised, the routers can be compromised if they're not configured. How? Because when we put the network, people leave their default. If I go, can somebody stop drawing on the screen? Yeah. So I've seen a lot of people using internet router, and whatever code has been given to them by BSNL, that is admin or admin 123, admin login username admin, people leave it at default. So on internet, it is available. If I get to know what router you are using, what networks switch wireless network router you are using, I can find out the default username and password, and your Wi-Fi can be compromised or can be hacked, right? So when we say hacking in IT parlance, it means to get inside the IT system, posing as an authorized user. While I'm giving this talk, so many people are connected to my computer through infrastructure, and somebody can harvest my credentials and log in somewhere, can send mails. So there are various means and methods to, once you know this thing can happen, you can mitigate them, right? What he'll try to do is he'll try to log in into your system. He will carry out, as we talked about, he will send a hate mail to someone using your Gmail account and remove the logs. Every activity is carried out. It keeps a log in the system. Okay. And it doesn't, one-time activity doesn't end here. So he'll create a backdoor in the system, right? And as and when my system is up, he'll get an indication and he can log in remotely and continue to maintain the access. These are the basic steps involved in process of hacking. They are the type of hackers: black hats, white hats, gray hats. Black hats are the people who are very professionally sound, but they have some agenda of earning money. They keep making malware and they keep attacking people with the purpose of earning money. White hats are the people who are employed by organizations and they're trying to defend their networks. And the gray hat are the peoples who are who have got these skills right, and they can help, by attacking a network, they can help. They're actually employed by the companies to tell the people what are the flaws in their network, and they can be, so these are the, they can be, these flaws can be patched or mitigated. So there are three categories and they open a great opportunity. First one is illegal. Black hats are illegal. So if you are caught, be sure that under IT Act 2000 and IT Act 2008, one will definitely go behind the bars, right? White hat are the peoples which are highly paid. Gray hat are the people, again, on the side of law, they help people, the consultants, to find out what are the vulnerabilities in their infrastructure and how they can be patched. All right. There is a thin line demarcation between defender and attacker. Right. जैसे बोलते हैं कि चोर और पुलिस दोनों का कानून को तोड़ना आना चाहिए. Both should know what are the laws and how it can be broken. Right. Attacker has to be lucky once, whereas defender has to be lucky all the time. It's not the question of luck, right? Attacker will try to creep ahead of the defender, and same thing is defender will try to learn what are the various techniques which is being used to breach a system, and he will try to be, patching these vulnerabilities. So it's a cat and mouse game, right? There's another saying online that there are only two kind of people online: one who have been hacked and another who will be hacked, when it is only the question of time. So in order to survive online, be aware and keep learning. So top questions people have been asking me, I have listed them down. Can I really enter this domain? The genuine answer is yes, anybody willing to learn can enter this domain. Do I need coding skills? Yes, to an extent. But if you don't have coding skills, there are various tools available, but you should know how a program functions. That is a mandatory requirement, right? It's a vast word. How can I survive? You have to continuously be at work, keep reading. It is something like what these doctors and lawyers do. Every time there is a disease or epidemic, a new medicine comes out, new vaccine comes out, right? So the security professional has to be, they have to be in touch with the latest happenings in the world, and they have to keep themselves aligned, abreast with what all developments are taking place in the field of security. Will this take years? Answer is both yes and no. It depends on how much of interest you are having, right? Earlier, there were requirement of, people should have 3-4 computers to set up a lab. Today, the hardware has become cheap. On this laptop itself, through which I am talking to you, I have 3-4 systems. I have set up a lab using a virtualized environment. There are various tools available. If Dr. Pandey permits, someday we can take a session on how to set up a lab wherein you can practice at your home itself, right? Where do I start? There are various certifications available. Uttarakhand Open University has a beautiful program on cybersecurity. You can download the self-learning material. It's free of cost. Start reading it. Start reading, be aware about security. And there are various certifications available, which I'll talk about in the next few slides. I'm a techie, but my skills are yet to mature. Is it worth the effort? Definitely. A lot of people feel that they are technical, they have got technical bent of mind, they're more towards development, and they can mature their skills in that direction. And just for the sake of it, there is no requirement to get into security if you don't have a aptitude for it, right? Can I work from home if I'm into security? Yes. Most of the security professionals, since most of the infrastructure has moved on to cloud, you can work from home. What certifications will deck me up and make me respectable? This I'll discuss in next slide. What happens if I do a rookie mistake on job, right? That's a very vague question people have asked, but no question is a silly question, right? On job, if you create a mistake unknowingly, the people will know that it is not done by someone, knowingly. So once or twice, if you keep repeating that, then it is dangerous. Otherwise, people at job, they're mature enough. They know that this mistake was not done purposefully. And again, it depends on the magnitude of the mistake which you have done. Else, it will be taken as an insider threat that you are trying to, pass on the links, distributing software to your family members. These kind of mistakes people do, right? Who or which company can hire me? Depends on your skills. Will I get good pay? Yes. Security professionals today are high.
Hello.
2015 to 2020, I have this data, and these are the breaches which have taken place.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question.
I'll take the question and answer towards the end.
All right. All right.
Right. So the biggest investment in cyber security is by healthcare, IT itself, financial insurance, public administration, right? So there are various data available. Cyber, now with these data, whatever we are seeing, the problem is global, right? The career is sector agnostic. When we say sector agnostic, what does it mean? You could be in manufacturing, you could be in IT, you could be healthcare. Every sector is dependent on IT, right? So with IT comes problem of IT security. So the problem, the kind of attacks you will have in banking and financing sector will not be feasible, let's say, in healthcare sector, right? There'll be some kind of attacks which will be common to all, but there will be certain kind of attacks which will be specific to a particular industry, right? So you can build up your career accordingly. So the broad job categories are defense, offense, coding, and security, communication security. So when we talk about defense, so you should know system administration, network security, SOC design, SOC analysis, right? Incident response and forensics. When we say offense, then VAPT, you should know vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. The job, when we talked about red hat, gray hat, white hat, and black hats, right? So the vulnerability assessment and penetration testing is the job of gray hats to test a particular infrastructure, right? Cybersecurity opportunities are available in all kind of sectors, right? Let it be manufacturing, finance, and what all are the various components. So the major portion is at the top of the hem is security governance, right? Making policies, procedures, carrying out security audits, compliance, external audits, inviting external agencies to carry out the audits. And top of the security is the security governance. At the bottom, we have all these identity and access management, incident management, security architecture, investigation forensics, threat and vulnerability management, threat hunting and intelligence, security analytics, and security operations. Right? Sorry, this I'll share this presentation in on our Telegram group. You can download it. The text is little small, will not be able to read it. So we have certifications in the security field at all levels. You can start as a novice, get into graduate to the intermediate, then take up an advanced, and then go on expert level. It is available on information security, then network and cloud technologies, hardware services, IT management and strategies, as we talked about the IT governance, then storage and data, web and mobile, software development, and as a trainer, right? So these are the various certifications available. You have to choose one of these lines, right? Let's say you start with the information security, you start with a certified ethical hacker. So there are various agencies which, you know, like ISC Squares and EC Council, they provide various certifications which are industry standard and industry accepted. For example, let's say CISSP, Certified Information Security Professional. It's a most sought after course these days. It covers all the domain. As people say, it is 1 inch deep and 1 mile wide. So this is the most sought after course these days. And in business, people prefer hiring a CISSP for the purpose of maintaining their IT security postures. Right. So as a beginner or novice, you can start with these courses. Then as an intermediate, and there's an advanced level. And these are the expert level courses. Okay. So with this, I have done with my talk, and just try to share what are the various opportunities available. Now we can get on with our question answer session. Yeah, somebody gave a call in between. I'll request you to unmute and.
Yes, Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind.
Sir, actually, can you please elaborate more about our IT Securities Act, because people are generally getting scammed by something, and then they will some security agencies are on it, as you said before. So can you please elaborate more about the IT enforcement law for the Mango Man? How we can prevent?
Fantastic. Very good question. There is a website called infosec-awareness.in.
Okay.
Right. There are various presentations, the beautiful material available. There's a site by CDAC. You can visit this site. They give you what are the various developments, the crimes. This is, I'll just type it in the chat box. You can visit that site and right, infosec-awareness.in.
Hi, sir. This is Daruj.
So let me finish with the previous this one. So when you go on this site, they have a lot of training material, and at all level. You want to go as a master trainer, for a common person. So they talk about, I'll suggest you look at the presentation where it talks about various financial scams and for example, let's say a QR code scam, right? So in that presentation, it tells you what all of the various techniques these scammers are using to dupe you for your money. He will send you a QR code कि साहब इस पे आप क्लिक करेंगे तो मेरे अकाउंट से पैसा आपके यहाँ आ जाएगा, right?
Yes.
It is a fact that to send money you need QR code, to receive money you don't need QR code.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
So I'll suggest my details are available in the Telegram group. I'm available. You can post your query through Dr. Pandey. In case you have something else, we have a limited time. In case you have some other queries, you can share with me, and I'll be more than happy to clarify.
Yes, sir. Can you please share us the link of Telegram group so we can join there?
Dr. Pandey,
Already shared, sir.
Right.
Already
Hello,
shared in
sir.
the chat box.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Trilok Singh ji, boliye.
Yes, sir. Sir, is there any scope in India? Because nowadays there is a myth, all hackers are bad, so they demotivate me. Actually, I already done my CEH from the EC Council, but people saying nowadays all hackers are bad, and there is a myth in India. So, is there any scope nowadays in India?
I didn't get your question.
Sir, in upcoming days in India, there is any scope in cyber security because people are
Presently itself, there are so many vacancies in the field. People are not available. So I'll suggest you create your LinkedIn account and start looking for LinkedIn jobs. So many jobs are available. And the pay package, you'll be surprised. If you have good skills, pay package starts from 10 lakh onwards for the freshers in cybersecurity. But you need to have skills, right? I probably missed out what all skills a cybersecurity personnel should have. Is he should know in and out of operating system, right? Then one should know how a database functions and a small scripting language, like Python or any other language, how web applications work, right? So you can have your own expertise in any of these fields and your career is swinging, right? So LinkedIn is a very good opportunity. You create your LinkedIn account, start following few cybersecurity people and see what all jobs are available. Is it okay?
okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, hello, sir. I have two questions. Can I?
Yeah, please.
Sir, my first question is, intermediate certifications are CCNA, CCNP, and advanced certificates are CEH, like that, sir. Because every certificate has some cost. If I look like preparing for CCNA and CCNP without writing the certificates, can I get some knowledge in the intermediate certifications and took the highest level certificate? Because I don't have money to pay every certificate. So
very genuine question. Very, very genuine question. Thank you. I'll add this question in my frequently asked question.
Yeah, sure, sir.
You are Anil Mahesh, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for posing this question. I see. There are two ways of getting first. The certification is just a piece of paper. Let me tell you, I have seen people who have certifications, advanced certifications, but they don't have knowledge, right? They get the job, but within 6 months they are fired. They are told, thank you very much. You don't have skills. So having a skill is more important than certification. So yes, certification has a cost. You have to pay through your nose. बहुत पैसा लगता है इसमें. Best thing is, the first and foremost thing is to hone the skills, right? As I said, have your in IT and IT security, you will be a good professional only when you have your hands dirty. You are hands-on, right? Somebody tells you, I need this, so you should be able to produce the results within, split time, right? So these are the kind of like operating system. You should be able to log in from command line. I have seen CISOs, Chief Information Security Officers of big corporates. They do not know how to work on command line of Linux, right? How to take a remote login. They're mostly working on tools. So to develop the basic skills, you have to have the basic skills, and subsequently there is no requirement to go through, beginners, intermediate, and then expert. You can straight away get onto the expert if you have the desired skills. And as I said, today you can have set up your labs, invest a little bit more in your PCs, desktop, right? And create a virtual environment. Even the virtual boxes are available free of cost. So have 3-4 machines and try out all these activities of ethical hacking in your own computer. You don't have to get into the network, right? So my answer to your question is develop the skills. That is more important than having a bunch of certificates which are of no use. Sooner or later on the job, you will be identified that how much of skills you are having, and based on that, you'll be retained by the company or you'll be asked to leave.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, another question is, in a nowadays.
I think one question each. We have limited time. Chalo,
okay. Sir, 1 minute. Nowadays we are watching the news, so many cyber attacks. But another side, cyber security experts also working on it. But are these problems are solving or not? Because only we are seeing the news that only about the cyber attacks, not for the solutions. What happened in our security field?
I'll give the example of a company which was recently attacked. Can anyone guess what operating system they would have been using?
Guess Windows.
Windows.
Okay.
Windows
Which
7.
version of Windows?
Windows 7.
Windows 10.
Windows XP.
XP. Okay, oldest version. So
if you don't want to invest, and maybe even Windows 7 is vulnerable. So if you go out in an environment which is full of coronavirus without getting vaccinated or without mask, you will definitely be infected, right? You have not taken vaccination, right? You don't want to take any precautions. You want to roam around knowing that there is a pandemic outside. Definitely you will be infected. Definitely you will have the virus because your immune system is not that strong. What the security patches which are issued by Microsoft every second Tuesday of the month, they are like vaccination to the operating system. All right.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, I think Mr. Satya Mishra had raised his hand.
Okay.
Sir, Satya here, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, I was interested in this field of corporate governance and risk compliance, sir.
Yeah.
While the certifications were being reflected aptly, but since the font size was quite low, I could not read them.
I'll share this presentation in the Telegram.
Roger, sir. So my question was very pointed. I have done a corporate governance course from Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs.
Yeah.
I've done my CPP. I have done my certified fraud examiner also. And I have done a governance course from TCM Security, which is abroad. The question was, sir, while this governance and risk compliance, the courses which we do, are very European and American based economy, kind of a thing. The study and the syllabus is of their industries. There, how do we implement it in India? Do you have any Indian institutes which give an overview of the same,
I'm
or
typing
any?
it in, see, you want to do one more certification, you are overqualified.
Sir,
ISAC India, Information Sharing and Analysis Center, ISAC, ISAC India,
right, sir.
right?
Sir,
They provide a lot of certifications, right? Even
right.
at Open Universities, the postgraduate diploma which they are offering, and MSc in cyber security, you just download the material, self-learning material. It is wonderful, right? It gives you the
Right.
comprehensive picture of what cybersecurity is. And as you said, that all our certifications and education is West oriented. That's a bitter truth. However, they are ahead of us as far as this technology is concerned. So they are not only concentrating on technology. In cybersecurity, there are three things: people, process, and technology. So they are ahead in all the three. We are trying to slowly catch it up as far as security is concerned. We are more oriented towards development. Right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Manmohan ji raised hand. Please unmute yourself and
Yeah,
ask the
thank you, sir. So I just want to know means how we can get jobs in Indian Air Force or the Indian like you are means in this field,
Okay.
how we can
Indian Air
proceed.
Force offers both permanent commission and short service commission. And there are various branches, right? Flying branch, technical. I'm from the technical branch. There are administrative, logistics, meteorological. Depends on accounts, right? Depends on your qualification. So primary qualification, you need to be a graduate in art, science, and commerce. Based on that, you will be allotted the branch. So there's an exam called FCAT, Air Force Combined Aptitude Test. And once you clear that, then you'll have to appear for the Service Selection Board across the countryside, right? Varanasi, Gandhinagar, there are various places. So you have to appear a test, which is called Service Selection Board. And there, once you clear that, then you have to go through the medical examination.
Are
you still in service?
Mute yourself, Mr. Deepak. Yeah. So
Okay.
once you pass this, then based on your merit, you can join Indian Air Force.
Okay. So is there any age limit, or it is kind of similar to Air Force?
There is a IF website, careers Indian Air Force at .nic.in. You will be able to find all these details there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Sir, are you still in service?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sir,
Mr. Paresh, you were asking something?
Yeah, sir. Actually, I had completely working experience on cyber security and FXO.
Can you increase your volume? I can't hear.
I had 9 years of experience in FXO and defensive in Indian Navy. Right now, I took retirement from Navy, but I don't have certification. I have only CHS certification. I want to go there to CASSP also. Can you please speak me that where is the exact good institute for clearing the CASSP?
What's your, you're a graduate in science?
Sir, I have diploma in computers as well as I am an Indian Navy veteran. In Indian Navy only, I had 9 years of experience in
Indian Navy veteran. Okay. So as a naval veteran, you can get so many openings. If you are already a diploma in computer science, there should not be any problem. See, certified ethical hacker is a basic, very, very basic certification. Right?
Yes, but I had an experience completely offensive and defensive also. Penetration testing also I had that. But I want to go to clear CISSP. Can you please pick me which is a good institute for to know that all the institutes CSS.
CISSP, there are various mm, institute available. First, you download the ebook, right?
Okay.
Again, I have that ebook with me. I'll
Okay.
post it on Telegram. Panda sir, you keep reminding me what all I'm talking to be, posting and
Sure, sir. Sure,
share
sir.
this presentation in my this one, and the official CISSP book also I'll share in the Telegram group.
Okay.
So you read that book, and once you see the content, we'll connect one-on-one in the Telegram group. There are various good institute which provide concessional education on CISSP to veterans of Army, Navy, and Air Force.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Paresh. Yes, sir. Thank you for allowing me to question. Actually, in India, we can see only 4.5% of our population is graduated. Okay, so what about after 12th? Suppose we have hands-on experience, approximately 4 to 5 years in IT industry. Is there any scope we can get a government job?
No. For a government job, you need to be, what kind of government job you are looking at? You are looking at a
in a security field.
For a class 1 job, you need to be graduate. That's the Government of India norm.
Especially in a cyber cell or like that?
Government of India per se does not have a cyber cell. There is a organization called CERT India.
Okay.
Right? Computer Emergency Response Team.
Yes.
And they call it. Every country has this one. Under them, there are various state organizations with the name CERT state-wise. So you want to get in there, you need to have and all organizations have their own cyber team.
Okay.
So you need to be a science graduate to join Government of India, and with some computer certifications, definitely there is a requirement.
Okay, sir. And another question is, suppose we keep a strong password having length of 22 characters or more. Is there any chances so that password can get compromised even we use a special character? Because in market, we can see the many tools are available like THC, Hydra and all those in a Linux.
As I said, there is nothing called non-hackable, right? Only non-hackable thing is you take a computer, lock it in a trunk, don't connect it to any network. That is the only thing which is not hackable, right?
Right, sir.
So moment you go in online, you are hackable. So now you want to make the job of a hacker difficult. So that's why we are increasing the length of, we are making these password policies. Length of the password, minimum these many characters, right? Then use a special character. So we are making its job. You have an online banking account of any bank?
No.
Yeah. So all these banks or a demat account, they force you to change your password after a certain time. Let's say 45 days. You log in after 45 days, you will not be allowed to log in with your old password. You'll have to mandatorily change, and you cannot use your previous 3 or 4 passwords.
Right.
So that is the time which they keep that in any 12 character password can be cracked in 45 days by a professional hacker. So before that, they force you to change the password.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Sure. Manmohan ji, you have raised your hand. Mr. Manmohan, are you there? Paresh ji, you can raise your hand if I answered your question. I think, Jiten ji, we are done with our question answer session. They're being
Thank you very much, sir. Actually, there was some technical problem at our end, so I was not able to connect in between, and I was not able to initiate. Thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. I'll keep reminding you what promises you have made to the learners. Thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. And thanks to all the participants for joining. We'll be in touch. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure being associated with you. And thanks all the participants for even asking such wonderful questions and enlightening me. I'll add few more questions into my frequently asked questions.